Hello everyone and welcome back to Jkaye's World. Today in my world, I am preparing cabbage and sausage. So these are the ingredients. I have a cabbage. I have sausage, but mine is turkey sausage. If you prefer beef or pork sausage, then that will be fine. I have some bell peppers, yellow, red, and green bell peppers that I pre-slice. I also have some onions that I pre-slice. And the reason why I pre-slice these is I like to buy them and slice them up or chop them up the way that I want them. So when I want to make a quick meal and I want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, then I like to have these already. I have paprika. I have my favorite seasoning, which is a vegetable seasoning. I have some onion powder. And I also have a buttery spread here. But you can use butter or you can use olive oil. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part of the lettuce off, that top leaf. And once I've done that, I slice up my cabbage and I slice the sides off first, and I kind of don't use the middle part, the core. So as you can see, I'm slicing on the side like that. Okay, so I sliced around until I got to this part right here. And then I don't use this part. So I'm not sure what you call this part of the cabbage, but I don't use this part. So here is my sliced cabbage, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to rinse this off, and then I will put this in a pan. So the next thing I'm going to do is just place my cabbage in here. And I won't place all of it in here, just place a little bit in here, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a paper towel to remove some of the excessive water. Okay, the next thing I do is spread my cabbage out on a long pan, because I'm going to place this in the oven for a few minutes. But before I do place it in the oven, I'm going to add my seasoning, the onion powder, and the vegetable seasoning. Now, you don't want to put too much of seasoning on, because cabbage really absorbs the seasoning. So just for now, just use a little bit, because I'm going to also do something else with this cabbage after I take it out of the oven. So I'm going to place this in the oven. I'm not going to put anything over it, and I'm going to cook it at about 350 degrees. The next thing I'm going to do is to slice up my sausages. And so just so you know, I do wear gloves while I'm cooking, but I had to switch because the other one was cabbage. And I like to slice my sausage at an angle. And I try not to make the slices too thick. For example, this piece right here is a little thick, but I like the sausages to be sliced thin. Not too thin, but more so like this. Okay, I cut the meat up and put it aside, but before I cook my meat, I wanted to saute the vegetables with the peppers and the onions. So what I've done is I mix my seasoning up together, and this is equal to about a tablespoon. Let me measure to make sure. So yes, this equals about not a full tablespoon of seasoning. Sorry, I had a moment. But yeah, this is about a tablespoon, and you can season to taste. Now what I want to let you know is that I added this Cajun seasoning as well, because I do want it just a little bit spicy. I didn't want to just use the cayenne pepper, because then it would be, I think, really spicy. But this is like perfect. So again, these are the 3 seasonings that I used, and I used also, well, 4 seasonings. I also used a little onion powder, vegetable seasoning, Cajun seasoning, and some paprika. Just so you'll know, this is Earth Balance. It is a buttery spread, and it has a hint of olive oil in it. So I picked this up from Whole Foods, or I had it delivered. I really like this because I can cook with it. And so again, this is a buttery spread. You can use butter. A lot of people use butter, but I'm using this. It's a spread. Okay, so I have everything in here. Just let it saute for a little bit. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add the sausages. Now you may want to cook your sausages first, but this is how I prepare mine. Next, I'm going to add my seasoning and just sprinkle it on. And mix it up. Okay. I've taken my cabbage out of the oven. So while I was mixing my meat and my peppers and onions, I was letting the cabbage cook. So now I'm going to add the cabbage to the meat and the onions and the peppers. Before I do, I want to show you what it's looking like. It's looking really good. So I've added some cabbage, and I'm going to mix it up. So it's really not going to take that much longer because the cabbage had already like cooked. So I'm just going to let this, you know, cook just a little bit longer till I've reached that color, that beautiful caramelized color that I want. Okay, now that I have okay, so this is ready. I think that once you achieve this beautiful color, it's ready. And also, you just want to make sure that your cabbage is like really tender, so you can really enjoy eating this wonderful meal. So, oh yeah.